Hey folks, it's Ben. I'm here with a Red Barn Homestead video and maybe a Turbo 231. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Here we have the door latch to my 1998 Chevy Silverado. And so if you're coming from the Turbo 231 channel, you saw me take this out. What we're going to be doing is a time lapse of cleaning this up and getting it working again. We have 4 inputs into this thing. Long story short, we have the lock mechanism from the door that actually locks back and forth, and you can see it trips a mechanism right here back and forth, and the upper lock which does the same. And then we have a push button here that trips and the pull door that trips here. And what we're having is that as we pull, it kind of hits a rough spot here. And so what we need to do is actually clean this whole mechanism out and lubricate it. And I might need to file down a little bit there because it looks like it's worn a groove into the steel there. It's at a slight angle, but I think just looking at new parts that's actually correct. It's not bent or broken, it's just the way it is, the way it's built and designed. And I just never disconnected the door lock part just to kind of remind me where it goes. But long story short, I'm going to time lapse this whole thing. And I'll meet you at the back end of it here, but enjoy while I take some products we're using today. Will be some brake clean, some deep creep as our lubricant, and some simple green as our another cleaner, along with Windex, toothbrush, variety of tools. So I think we've nailed it here. I don't know how well my camera setup's doing, but so long story short, we got a lot of the dirt and the grease off of it. Used about half a can of brake clean to get all this dirt and grease out of here. But now what's happening here is, our issue is lifting it this far is no issue. And you can see the same mechanism back here. As you lift it up, it goes to that point. But after that point, it needs to actually move this secondary lever, and that's right around this yellow plastic thing here. This was easy, but now it's a lot easier to just pull back and get that to pull back, and that's what's actually pulling the stop away from the latch itself. So this whole mechanism is a lot easier to move, to the extent that I think actually that my interior door handle could actually handle this to get the door back open. So we'll have to check to make sure our rod is short enough, I guess is the term. We did clean up the lock mechanism a little bit, but it's never really an issue, right? So this is the outer door handle, presses down. That will release to open, except it's locked. There we go. Release to open. Now the door closes. And now when we pull on the interior of the door, that lifts that up, and that allows it to open as well. So I think we got this nailed. It's as good as we can do anyway without actually replacing the component here. Everything's been cleaned, unless something's really bent or broken, but I think we're there. And you can see I don't know if you can see in the video or not, the top of the latch is actually held closed, and then it lifts up out of the way and it lets this latch move forward. So we actually have a friction point there that would add resistance if the door isn't quite right. Of course, this deep creep isn't the best for this. It's not a high pressure grease, it's just essentially a penetrating oil, but our issue is also dealing with dirt and accumulated dirt getting into things and binding them up slowly. So I think that's the catch. Of course, with the latch, then it can go click, it's in. When you pull the lever, it lifts that up and gets it out of the way. So my striker's still a little stiff, a lot of dirt in there, but that's the door controlling this, not really my mechanism here. So I think my mechanism's at a point where we can go ahead and try and reinstall it back in the truck, and we can see, but I wasn't able to even pull this hard enough with pliers, the rod, to get to this phase, and this isn't that hard anymore. So that's exactly where we need it to be. So I think we're probably pretty good on this one. So we'll do a little final wipe down, and then you'll see it on the continuation of fixing the interior door handle of the 1998, I call it Chevy Silverado. Technically it's a C1500, but of the Chevy Silverado. If you folks have any questions on this or anything else, I don't know if I'm putting it on Red Barn Homestead only or if on Turbo 231, we'll see how it goes, type of thing. But ask any questions you have, like if you want to do this type of thing yourself. Check out the video on Turbo 231 to you know, in regards to getting it this far. We kind of skipped a lot to get to this part, but we'll definitely record everything going back in again, so you'll know just how to get this guy out. Unfortunately, it revolves in taking out the outer door handle as well as the inner door handle, but you'll get there. And subscribe to my channel, Red Barn Homestead or Turbo 231, or both of them if you're super awesome cool, and we will see you next time.